A somewhat smaller frog with paired vocal sacs that appear as balloon-like protuberances on each side of the throat is a leopard frog, Rhinopipians. This is its mating call.
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the Bog Frog Book Pod. Today, I am joined by, who are you? Doma, James.
Hey, what's up? I hope you can forgive me for all the things I did, but also I think I was ideologically correct in my actions, so, who knows?
It's hard, it's tough to say, because once my meat runs out, well, you gotta make a choice.
You gotta make a choice.
I am also joined by, a man who can see into people's hearts, but only a little bit, Seth.
I don't know what I was trying to do.
Yeah. I don't know what you were trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I was just
And of course, I am willing to remake the world in order to watch Star Wars one last time. Ren.
I forgot. I completely forgot that a new Star Wars movie is load-bearing to the plot.
I can't believe you forgot that. That's the one thing people talk about, I feel.
I could not.
Yeah, it's so important.
It's so important. Fujimoto is the smartest man alive.
Motherfucker. It's so much. It's so much. And we're going to get into all of it.
As much as we humanly can.
We, of course, are talking about the magnum opus of one Tatsuki Fujimoto, Fire Punch. He kind of hit it out of the ballpark with that first one. He kept hitting it out of the ballpark, but this one's really good.
Yeah, the thing about Chainsaw Man is, per chapter, not as much stuff happens in Fire Punch. I was talking to my lovely partner. I'm like, some manga go tens of chapters without nearly this amount of stuff happening that happens in one chapter of Fire Punch. Fire Punch is dense.
Yeah,
I
which
think more
is
things
so
happen.
Awesome.
More things happen in what we read of Fire Punch. Maybe even the first 2 volumes of Fire Punch than the entirety of the currently released Song of Ice and Fire series.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I think that's real. I haven't read those, but I co-sign that fully.
I think you could have made Agni Walking to Behemdor the first 3 novels of Song of Ice and Fire, and people would go, it's a classic. It's a classic, you know?
From my understanding, that's kind of what Malazan is doing. It's people walking endlessly and suffering.
Did you know that Malazan speaks to all of Fire Punch?
Malazan is Western Fire Punch.
Malazan is Western Fire Punch, and I stand by that read.
That seems right.
I was thinking about our...
Yeah.
Sorry, our favorite T-boy pointing with his camera and going, "What are you doing? Why are you not raping?" I was like, "Oh, Malazan speaks to this."
I love Togata so much. I love him so much.
He's such an insane fuck motherfucker. And all they're just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" All the time, whenever he speaks, it's beautiful.
The most thinkable character.
We have, dear James, who has a. Fuck it, author history.
I do. So Fujimoto doesn't have a ton of information on it available about him. I think it's the combination of the mangaka lifestyle and he's only been doing this for about a decade. So
that's why he reveals
despite
all
there
that
being
stuff
what's that?
The volume. That's why he reveals all that information in the volume.
Yeah,
he's
all the truth.
He's honestly He's been very generous with his information.
That's true. I don't know what I'm talking about. But despite the Fujimoto industrial complex that has sprung up around him, there's not a ton of super interesting stuff. But I compiled a little little thing about it, and then because there's not that much stuff, I also read all of his one-shots before Chainsaw Man, which were collected in the pre-Chainsaw Man collections. And I wrote little snippets about them, so we can talk about those real quick.
I think I've also read most of those. I think there were, when I tried to do that, so like right before part 2 dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them were still untranslated, or at least not scanned.
Yeah. They're all available now. There's not a ton of them, frankly,
but they're good.
They're all very good. Is the thing. I don't think there's a single miss in any of those necessarily.
No,
there's one I'm not as hot on, but like I think overall it's pretty neat. But let's dive into who Fujimoto is.
Wow.
Fujimoto was either born on October 10th, 1992 or October 10th, 1993. Sources differ, apparently. He was born and raised in the Akita prefecture of Japan, which is seemingly the Ohio of Japan, based on like just looking at it. There were no prep schools nearby, so he took oil painting classes with the elderly, where he swore he'd kill everyone there if they were better than him, and because he didn't want to go on the run, he improved. All-time quote that's from an amazing interview he gave in like 2017, which I highly recommend reading.
It's a really good interview.
I had read it years ago, and I reread it for this, and I was like, God, he's so fucking funny. He's such a strange little creature.
All right.
Fujimoto submitted several one-shots to Jump SQ before eventually Fire Punch debuted in Jump Plus in April 2016, which is interesting because a month later, Aposimz by Nihei is released.
Hell yeah.
Which
that's in here.
Yeah, it's weird that those two things are so similar. It's just interesting that they both got there. Since there's not a ton, then this is the little one shot. So the first one shot, so I put this in the collection of the order, which is mostly chronological, except for one later on, which swaps some. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. But a couple clucking chickens were still kicking in the Schoolyard, which was created in 2011 and was published in 2017, is Fujimoto's first work. This is about a couple of humans on an alien-invaded world who pretend to be chickens to survive. And then, it's revealed that they are humans, and then they have to escape. Very good. The art is incredibly rough, but it's immediately clear that Fujimoto has like a grasp on like the tragedy comedy shit that he's doing constantly. It is sad, but also incredibly funny.
He's got the sauce immediately.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just have to like polish putting images on the page because you have it. I should also note that a bunch of these, if not all of these one shots, have actually been adapted on screen. There was
which is nuts.
Well, yeah, which is an anthology. Which I'm really curious to watch that actually, because each episode has like a different director and everything. So I'm like, that's cool.
Different like animation studio, I believe.
Yeah. Like I said, the Fujimoto Industrial Complex. It's powerful. In the author's note for that, he says that this was the first time he like drew proper manga panels, like manga pages, and that he had skipped the rough draft and just like drew it basically, and it shows. The images are not great, but the writing is good. Next is Sasaki Stopped a Bullet, written in 2013 and again published in 2016. I don't love this one. This is about a young man. I don't love this one.
What?
I don't know. This is the one that I'm not super hot. It's about a young man who is obsessed with his teacher, who he believes is a goddess. Stopping a bullet for her when an armed assailant comes in trying to rape her.
Goes to the moon.
And then he goes to the moon. I think it's fine. I think it's good. I think it's just a little too saccharine for what I want from Fujimoto.
That's fair.
There is a note, however, there's an author note from him at the end where he says, so at the final shot of this one shot is Sasaki. Is that the fucker's name? Sasaki, yeah. Standing on the moon, talking about how he can catch a bullet, and like, that's just common sense because that's like a thing they say. And he's like standing, it's like he's standing towards the moon with his hand, towards the earth with his hand raised up, and you see him from behind. Fujimoto says that he really debated making, not drawing the earth, but drawing a meteor instead. And that That I find compelling. I find that way more interesting to think about.
That would have been pretty tight.
That would have been really tight, right? Like, I think that's a good instinct. You should have done that instead.
Like, yeah, all right, I get it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I just don't. But overall, I just don't like this as much as Chickens, I think, is really what it comes down to.
Chickens is great.
Next is Love is Blind, submitted and drawn in November 2013, published April 2014. This is, I don't even remember what the fuck is this one.
So notably, he's making this when he's like a teenager, which is fucked up.
No, he's in college.
Yeah, he's like 19 though.
No, I don't think so. He might be. He might be 19.
In 2016, he would have been 23.
No.
Yes.
Yes. No, you're correct.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you said 2026. I was like, that's definitely not true. What are you talking about? No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, which is fucked up. He should be shot and put to death if he made Fire Punch at 23.
Yeah, 23, which is remarkable.
But also, this is one of the most made by a 23-year-old manga maybe ever written.
It's true.
Yeah, it's also awesome.
A younger man, an older man could not have created Fire Punch. It would have killed him.
No, that's
Again,
true.
too much stuff happens. The body just can't sustain that type of heat.
That's true.
Love is Blind, 2014, is about a young man who is determined to confess to his second in command on the student council, no matter what, and a series of conflicts keeps escalating the situation. And this one rocks. It's the first Fujimoto comic that looks like it's drawn by him. Like it really, like it has his style. They're like right there. It also is incredibly funny, and it feels. I said to you, Ren, it feels like a Beetlemoses comic almost. Especially
it does.
Especially the ending where the alien comes down to like, hey, we're gonna conquer Earth, and then the guy's like, go away. And so the alien goes back to his wife, and is like, that was a bad time. I fucked up. It was really intense down there.
Like he was gonna do it. He was gonna ask her out. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah, he's like, whoa.
Oh my god.
It was awesome. Next is Shikaku, which is published in June 2014. I don't know if this is my favorite, but this is the one of these one-shots where I was like, I wish this had gotten picked up for an ongoing. This is about a very normal young girl who just like doesn't really seem to understand the world around her and becomes a fearless assassin who is paid by a vampire to kill him.
That one rocks.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really great. It's really cute. The art is amazing. It just looks great. And it's funny and sad at the same time, which again, that's the Fujimoto thing. I really like this. I wish it had. I'm happy we got Fire Punch, but I wouldn't mind like 50 issues of Shikaku. You know, like that's kind of where I'm at with that.
It's so funny reading his little blurbs, and he's going, yeah, man, everything that submit would get rejected. It's so annoying. They just don't like my sauce.
It's the next one, Mermaid Rhapsody, December 2014, which is about a young boy playing an underwater piano, attracting mermaids, and like falling in love with a mermaid, and like learning to like care about his mother again. It's interesting how those things are linked. But that one, he says he drew out of spite because he wrote it out of spite because Jump Editorial kept saying he couldn't write a normal story. Which I say, I don't know if this is a normal story, man.
No, that's pretty
normal.
I would call it capital N normal, maybe. But I don't know if it's normal.
I think he's got to look at himself, and I think he's got to look at himself in the mirror and really understand what he is.
But it's that one's really cute. There's a lot of mermaids in it, and it's rapidly clear that Fujimoto does not want to have to keep drawing fishtails every goddamn page, so they get really scribbly, which is really fucking funny, because you see these like beautiful pages, and then there's like the shittiest little fishtail you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, he's so fucking funny, dude.
It's incredible. It's really cute. I think this is like, it is not normal necessarily, but I do think you could like hand this to somebody and they'd be like, yeah, that was a cute little one shot, and not think that was what the fuck is wrong with you.
Yeah, like you can't just hand the uninitiated Fire Punch, but you can certainly hand them like probably a lot of those one shot collections.
Yeah. Most of them, yeah, I think so, definitely. They read as one shots, you know. You're like, oh yeah, this is an author experimenting with some ideas or whatever. next up is, this was from April 2017, but the next one is from July 2015. I don't know why they did this. I maybe page count. I don't fucking know. But next one in the collection was Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome. This is published in April 2017, as I said. A boy wakes up as a girl and deals with just an immense amount of sexual harassment and confusion, and has to decide whether or not he's still a boy or a girl. This is, I believe, because this is April 2017, this is about a year after Fire Punch, so I believe Togata is introduced in Fire Punch, but Togata's transness is not talked about until later, I believe. Yes. Was Fire Punch
super late in the
it would have been.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Fire Punch was not weekly, was it?
I think it was bi-weekly, because I think it was one of the online publications. That's it, yeah.
So, like, I haven't done the exact math, but I don't think the Togata stuff
it shouldn't. I mean, the Togata stuff was near the end of the manga. Like, it's over halfway through.
Yeah, totally. But Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome is, as a result, Fujimoto's like first swing at a trans narrative. Something that they seem very interested in, which I think is interesting. And I also think this one shot's really good. It's hard to read. Like, it's kind of the bullying that happens is kind of too mean for my tastes. But I think it works out. I like it. Still big thumbs up. Worth reading. Worth thinking about.
Yeah.
Next is Nayuta of the Prophecy, July 2015. A little girl is born who said will destroy the world, and her brother vows to protect her. He learns to love and understand her. This feels like the first swing at Chainsaw Man shit. The idea of a man having to take care of a profoundly evil little girl who's basically a devil is part Chainsaw Man Part 2, like the early stuff from my memory. And also just like the visuals of what the little girl is able to do with her magic feel very Chainsaw Man. There's a scene with like a bunch of giant swords hanging over a city that feel very Gun Devil, for example.
He's definitely working with a lot of those same themes.
Yeah. It feels like this is, again, first swing at something that he's going to come back to.
I'm trying to say this and not sound like an art prick. All right. He's really working within the like motifs that I think he's really comfortable with, that he's finding he really likes. These over the top images and these more like subdued character illustrations, in contrast to like the absurdity going on around them. I think he's like finding that flow. Fujimoto, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry for overanalyzing you. I know you don't like that.
It's fine. Unfortunately, he's interesting.
Just read the
Unfortunately,
manga,
he's like
bro.
I know.
Made a whole one shot about this.
There's a one shot speaks to this. A one shot he didn't draw, which is crazy.
That is kind of wild.
He's busy.
But it is beautiful. All that work he made between the Chainsaw Man parts is kind of unparalleled. But
it
includes his best work.
Yes, it does. Wait, what was your favorite?
Goodbye, Airy.
Okay, my favorite's Look Back.
I need to read Look Back. I read Goodbye Airy when it first came out. I need to really reread that also. But
when I had a period whenever I was feeling like suicidally depressed, I'd open Look Back and go, God, art's important. In the same vein as David Lynch, maybe every Fujimoto work is the best Fujimoto work.
I mean, if somebody told me, like, fucking Nayuta was their favorite Fujimoto, I was like, that's interesting. I get it. Yeah, I can see that working out.
If someone said that fucking Confession manga was their favorite Fujimoto work, I'd go, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'd be like, I think that's probably right. Actually, you might be, like, correct.
I'd be like, that's real as fuck. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Sisters, published June 2018, is his last one-shot before Chainsaw Man. Again, published during Fire Punch. I believe during Fire Punch. I don't think Fire Punch ends until a little bit later. A sister paints her sister nude at their art school so good that it gets an award, and the other sister is mad about it and like has to work through those emotions.
So funny, man.
I was thinking about this one a lot because I was like, is this a Fujimoto one shot? Or I was also reading a lot of Oshimi?
I think Oshimi, yeah.
Is that the Blood on the Tracks, Happiness,
Yeah.
Flowers of Evil?
Yeah.
I was also reading a lot of his one-shots around the same time. And I was like, that it really could be either.
Yeah,
Dog, it's a fucking flip of a coin, man. Whenever I think of Fujimoto, I start thinking, oh, this is like if Inyo Asano wasn't a chud, you know? We don't go. I don't think we can get into it as we go. But I think about,
you know.
I want to note.
Sorry,
it's all right. I just want to note an interesting page from Sisters, which is the first time I am aware of that Fujimoto imitates a camera lens, like very explicitly, where he draws it's a fisheye perspective, like centered on the main character, while everyone's like giggling at her being naked on the painting.
I think. Oh, sorry, I fully interrupted you.
No, it's fine. That's basically the end of the sentence.
An important premise for this one. This is one of our first episodes where we have all read this before, and we're all obsessed with it.
Yeah, we all have like big thoughts about Fire Punch.
Really fucking good.
It's Subway. We all think about Tatsuki Fujimoto so much. If a family member knew, they'd be concerned.
We were talking last night. We were like, we could like do probably several hours on just 2 volumes. Like we could make 4 parts out of this.
We could.
This could have been 4 episodes. Of
like
Fire
very
Punch.
easily.
Like,
I
so
think
easily.
We can just do the Fujimoto cast, and it'll be a beautiful podcast.
But
we kidnap.
Before we can talk about Fire Punch, unless you want to talk about any of those one shots in specific in any more detail, yeah. Well, let me read my summary, which, as we've alluded to, infinite things happen within Fire Punch. So summarizing 50 volumes, 50 chapters of it felt impossible, and as a result, the summary is pretty vague. But I have some other notes that we're going to work from past the summary. But
fuck yeah.
Fire Punch is the story of a young man named Agni being lit on fire. Agni? Lit
Agni,
on fire.
I believe.
Yeah, like Agni Kai, like from Avatar.
Like Agni, the god of fire.
That too. Being lit on fire. Never heard of it. That sounds made up.
What do you mean?
Being lit on fire and going on a revenge quest for his less fireproof sister. In this quest, he saves many people and befriends others. Along the way, he meets a woman who looks just like his dead little sister, who's later taken by the Ice Witch, who's blamed for the Earth entering an Ice Age. Ice Witch isn't the Ice Witch. She was lying. And the Ice Witch turns her into a tree, killing all the people Agni knew, and Agni kills the tree, thus ends her reading.
That's a crazy summary.
Agni,
you touched on like nothing.
I had to get through it.
I resist some of the verbiage here. Not fireproof at all. One of the most flammable people, like, ever. Literally the most flammable person there's ever been.
Fire resistant. Is that a better term?
No. He's constantly
like
dying
crazy.
and being reformed.
Yeah, but like it doesn't beat him. You know,
he's death resistant.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
His less death resistant sister.
If I have cancer, I'm not cancer resistant. It means I'm really susceptible to cancer.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna die. He can't die. Like that's the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah. But
he's like
specifically fire.
If a piece of wood burns forever, I'm not calling it fire resistant. I'm calling it super fucking flammable.
Fire resistant is the cloth that they wrap his head in.
That's true.
Many times.
Fire resistant is the sequel manga.
That is the sequel manga. Can you imagine? What would that be?
No, I think retouching a work is Fujimoto's greatest fear.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine. As a Star Wars fan, I can't imagine he feels good about that.
It is crazy that did just happen for real.
What just happened for real?
The world is remade so we could get Star Wars sequels.
That there are people just out there that are destroying the world seemingly to just get more Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is the animating desire behind AI, as far as I'm aware.
To destroy the world to create shitty art.
Star Wars. Yeah,
they're trying to make that hellscape from the start of Seek, where if you just think about a thing, you can make it immediately in the AI sphere.
It's so fucked up. The whole AI seek is so scary.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't like it. But let's walk through this. So,
why?
That first fucking chapter where they're in the fucking village.
Yeah, it's such a way to start. I think, like, the premise is being set up, and you're like, this is pretty cool, and nothing's, like, explicitly shocking, aside from, like, a regenerator who's, like, giving his meat out? Alright. But then his dear sister, is like, what if we fuck?
Like,
notably, it is unclear if she knows what she means, because she's, like, that, like, innocent and young.
Dog, I don't know. I think she knows what she's talking about.
I don't know.
Because she is like, we're the only young ones in the village. We have to make babies. Come on, fuck.
Yes, but I was going to say, it's important. I think the distinction is not, let's fuck. It's, we should make a baby. Yeah,
but she's like grabbing him and shit and like trying to kiss him. Sure. I think she's keenly aware.
I was thinking a lot about
circumstances.
About the incest of it all yesterday.
Yeah, it's dog. It's fucking something.
And I came to the conclusion that I think Fujimoto thinks it's funny.
He has to.
I think this is almost a comedy beat. I think
more than that. I mean, he has there's that whole thing that he kind of talked about at one point where he was like pretending to be his own little sister, which he doesn't have.
So funny.
Yes, this is what this is what made it click into places. I was thinking about famously Fujimoto. I think doesn't he still do this?
Yes.
I don't know. He has a Twitter account where he roleplays as his own little sister who is very excited for him all the time.
It's so funny, dude. She's posting about her favorite snacks and shit.
So funny. And it was that. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about this chapter. And I was like, I think this is a joke. I
think it is a joke. I do also think it is probably just something he's kind of into. I think he's probably a siscon.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's like you said, he's an only
Super
child.
Possible.
It comes up enough where I'm like, you probably jerk off to this. Not like this. I don't think you're jerking off to this specific thing that you drew, but I do think you are jerking off to sister porn.
Just a little bit.
It's fully possible.
Okay, looks like the last tweets he made on his sister's account is in 2025.
Damn, he's too busy.
I hope she's
too busy to roleplay as his sister.
She was retweeting a lot of look back stuff.
That's cool.
It's so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny, dude. God damn it.
Try to go Super Saiyan. He walked the perimeter of Japan. He practices law.
He does practice law.
He has a lot
of countries.
All these things about him. Sometimes he has triples.
Fire Punch exists in a really strange space for me, especially starting with this first chapter, because I first read this when I was 15, 16, when I was going through my manga deep dive and reading whatever they were saying, this is really good off of r/manga or my fucking anime list.
A place that we are psychically linked over.
Unfortunately, he's so derpy. That one really got me.
I was having such a great time last night reading those old Chainsaw Man threads on there.
Getting back from I commute an hour back from work every work day, and I get out of the car and I look at my phone and I see a bunch of fucking messages. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I just see my friends, the archaeologists, going through. Whoa, look at this!
Reconstructing. What was it like when Chainsaw Man Chapter 1 dropped?
I was there.
Yeah, I was there too. I remember it.
I was also there, but in a different way, because I did not read this until either right after or right before Chainsaw Man Part 1 ended.
Oh yeah, I didn't read Fire Punch until me and Ren were friends. I knew about it, because again, I'd seen people talk about it in Chainsaw Man threads, but it wasn't until our old book club where Ren gave me Fire Punch as the thing to read.
I did do that, yeah.
I read it.
Rest in piss.
Basically in the morning.
Am I the fucking Fujimoto old head here?
You are the Fujimoto
so, yeah,
old head. I started Chainsaw
crazy.
Man sight unseen.
Yeah.
Just because it was the new thing on the app.
So
I started reading it because it was people were really hyping it up on r/manga. People were really into it. So I was like, I'll check this out.
I used to just read everything that was out and Jump when I was a sick more sick person, and this was the one where I was like, oh, actually something cool is coming out. But I remember reading chapter 2, and I was like, wow, this sucks dick. And then chapter 3 came out. It's like, wow, this is really good.
Or Fire Punch?
Of Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this chapter fucking sucks. Sucks enough to be kind of cut from the anime. But chapter 3 onward, I was like, wait a second, this is like the best thing someone's conceived of.
That is kind of how I thought about it. I was like, this is not great. And then suddenly, like, around chapter 4, I remember being like, actually, everybody should be reading this?
Ever. Like, the Bat Devil shit rocks.
Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I remember reading it, like, passively as it was coming out, because, again, people are talking about it on r/manga, and I would, like, the thing I would do is I would just, like, read the popular stuff, like, sometimes, like, without having read any other chapters, I would just, like, read whatever the newest thing was. But it wasn't until, because I'm me, it wasn't until a author note from Fujimoto was, like, posted of him being like, Chainsaw Man is Pop Abara, where I was like, oh, I should, like, really focus on this then. So then I went back and, like, read it, like, way closer. So I was like, I love Abara. This guy loves Nihei as much as I do. Which, boy, does he. It's like, I keep thinking about it reading damn Fire Punch. But we're on the first chapter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll get into how I started reading Fire Punch when we get to the scene in
okay, yeah.
But yeah, chapter 1 ends with a man being like, "You should drink my piss," before good old Jonathan Fire kills him.
It's worth knowing the reason he's Jonathan Fire is because his whole village is razed to the ground by a man named Doma, who has a power, because there are all these dudes running around with powers called the Blessed. And Doma's thing is he makes fire that burns until you die, basically.
Yeah, until it no longer has fuel of any kind.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Agni his power is regeneration, and really fast regeneration. So he just spends 5 years on fire learning to, like, walk and, like, be a person again as he's, like, in constant pain.
Faster than anyone, seemingly.
Yeah.
It is, like, I think the fastest we've seen.
The only person who gets close is Togata. Because Togata, they mentioned, like, if you cut off the head of a regenerator, they don't usually come back. But Togata can come back, and so can Judah. Judah also comes back. But, like, yeah, they're the those two are the closest, and again, neither of them are as fast as Agni. Agni's the one who could, like, survive this thing specifically.
Yes.
Much to his consternation. Sucks.
And specifically, we have not mentioned this, while his sister is dying, because she has a regenerative power that is significantly slower than his, so she does end up dying. But her final words to him are to live.
Yeah. So he does
a
source of constant turmoil.
It kills him. Makes him go insane.
Makes him wish he could die.
He'd love to die if he could.
This is gonna sound ridiculous.
Okay.
I did forget how, like, painfully suicidal he is. Like I know, like, that's the whole thing. But, like, also reading, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is grim.
This is a suicide comic. What are you talking about?
I just kind of, I just, it's not the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Fire Punch. So, that's on me. That's on me.
I get it, but at the same point, I'm like, that's like forgetting Chainsaw Man is chainsaws.
Remember that I read this basically in a morning. So, like...
That... Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I have a different reaction. So yeah, he saves some slaves, meets a young boy named Sun, who is just the sweetest little guy. He can make electricity. But unfortunately, the evil empire, Judah, I believe Judah's the one who captures them. Captures them. Sun is sent off to a pervert with a little girl named Nanetto. The pervert wants them to fuck wants his dogs to fuck them and let him watch.
Yes. Notable thing here.
Yes.
first time I read Chainsaw Man, this is where I stopped.
Or Fire Punch.
Because I was like, this sucks. This is dumb
Fire
fetish
Punch?
shit. Yeah, when I was like 16 or like I was like 15 or 16, I was like, this is weird fetish shit, and I don't like it. If I'd waited a volume, I would have been so back. And then I remember reading Chainsaw Man and going, I wonder what else this guy has made, and going, he made the dog fucker manga? No! And then I like went back to it because it's like I have faith in my boy because I love Chainsaw Man right now. It's like, oh fuck, wait, this rocks.
That rules. That's good.
That's my story.
That's a good story.
I think, I can't remember for sure, but friend of the pod Hibi started reading Fire Punch at one point post Chainsaw Man and stopped it. I think around this point as well, maybe slightly further, because quote, it felt like Fujimoto was about to say a slur at me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
That's very real, especially around this point, right? Where it's like infinite edginess almost, right? Like it does the Chainsaw Man threads we were reading like explicitly draw connections between this and like Jagan, which I don't agree with that, but like I can see how you get there.
I get it up until Togata shows up.
Yeah, definitely. I think Togata like blows this whole manga open in a very good way.
He's the best in the entire world.
Our guy.
Just the coolest motherfucker to ever.
We love Togata so much here at Bog Frog Entertainment, which is why we will all be getting his face tattooed over ours.
It's true. It blows my mind that there was ever a point in time where Jagan, whatever, was like held in esteem even a little bit.
People really fuck with Jagan still.
That's one of those manga that I remember people talking about and wanting to read because people were talking about it. But like for whatever reason, I just couldn't find it on the sites I was using.
Oh, crazy!
I mean, it was just on Mangadex.
I mean,
it's around, man.
This was pre-Mangadex, also. It should be said.
Okay, nuts. Fair enough.
Yeah, because that's how long I've been reading manga on the internet.
Could do a manga reader type of shit.
No, I'm on fucking.
When did Mangadex come out?
When Bato.to shuts down. Bato.to original shuts down.
So that would have probably been like 2018, 2019?
Yeah.
Fucking readmanga.com, a classic.
Yeah, that's probably where I was reading a lot. I mean, I remember reading, what was Kiss Anime's manga website? What was that?
I never used that one.
I used their manga website for Blame. I remember Blame, the first manga I ever read.
Tight.
I remember reading at my grandparents' house on a laptop.
That's how I read fucking Black Clover.
Yeah, dude. Just plugging through Blade and having my brain explode. I was like, whoa.
So awesome. Fuck yeah, I think everybody gets to a certain point in Jagan where they go, I don't want to read this anymore, or wow, I love this so much. And if someone says the latter, I don't think you should interact with them.
They should be banned from your local game store.
You should be banned from your local school.
Can I find
your local elementary?
Okay, no, I can't because they removed the majority of it.
I mean, Jagan asked the question,
no, I can't.
What if Gan said no sauce?
It really does. I read 128 chapters of Jagan.
God damn.
Yeah, I probably read about the same.
So like there was like 40 chapters or so that I didn't read. Some of the most abhorrent shit I've ever read in any manga.
It sucks. It's such a bad time. I fucking hate Jagan.
Fucking terrible.
Fucking Christ. But thankfully we're talking about the far superior work, Fire Punch.
Fuck,
what happens in chapter 3?
Well, we're definitely beyond the chapter structure at this point. I
think
we're like near the end of volume 1.
I don't think we can do that 20 or 51 times.
Yeah, my notes are not that detailed.
No.
But they try to escape the pervert. And Naneto succeeds more or less, but Sun does. Well, Naneto actually doesn't succeed, notably.
No,
but Sun loses his legs and is captured and told he's going to be.
Wake up,
and is revealed to be a boy.
Yeah,
the gender thing, like I'm just like some gender shit.
I mean, I would say it's not revealed to us; it's revealed to the pervert.
I'd say there's
a long pissing
really
scene.
Funny.
There's an amazing scene where the pervert goes, "No, you can't have a dick. No."
Yeah, and then when the little girl pisses herself because she's upset, he's like, "I can't let somebody with a continence problem." Yeah, incontinence problem. Fuck my dogs. And it's like, okay, well,
we can't have that. That isn't right.
It's also notable that like Sun during all this does not understand what's happening. Like, doesn't know what sex is. Just does not understand what's happening. Basically,
no.
It seems like this like perfect innocence, uneducated innocence.
I think it is like a little bit after this. And Agni has regenerated and is outside fighting Doma, who he has now
this is like immediately after
this.
It's when he confronts Doma.
And he's like, "You fucking die!" And Doma's like, "Whatever, I don't even
Doma's like, "Can
care.
you forgive me?"
And it's
like, I'll
so
do anything
funny.
For you. I'm sorry.
He has the world's funniest face where he says, "I'll do anything except die. What should I do?" He looks so funny. He's so worried.
Pathetic.
And then it cuts to I'm Togata. My name is Togata. My favorite movie is, well, there's a lot of them, but I guess Dead Alive, Star Wars, Home Alone, etc., etc. Which, this is when the manga really starts.
Yeah, this is everything else was prologue. This is chapter 1.
This is the best thing ever.
The numbering resets. Because we get to hang out with our best friend Togata. My note for this is literally, and are interrupted by Togata, our guy. Like
our fucking guy.
The most our guy. Just awful.
the worst person.
I love him so much.
It really should have been clear to Agni that the film buff was trans. Like, that's more on him than
I mean, really think about it. Well, Agni doesn't like know what movies are, so like,
No. Agni doesn't know what fucking anything is. He's 15 spiritually.
Yeah, that's another thing that like really I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, he's like big. This is a thing they talk about a lot at the end. Is like he's big, he's scary looking, like he looks insane, but like he's just like a kid. Like he's just some fucking kid. He doesn't know what's happening half the time.
Fujimoto get into the gestalt of people.
But yeah, we are introduced to Togata. Togata, yeah. So they're going like on a big ass train to the ocean to dump Agni into the ocean. So they're like, well, that's the only way we can think of to get rid of this fucking guy. He's too much of a pain in the ass.
Yes.
And Togata is like, well, I make a movie about Fireman.
Yes.
And, Murder's
need to make my Fireman film.
Murder's like a bunch of dudes in that train. And then Naneto is there because they were going to rape her. And
you get, like,
there's like a lot of rape
Togata's proper... Yes, so much.
It's a lot.
You get Togata's proper introduction into, like, the ongoing narrative. Like, their first introduction is just them kind of in the abstract talking about stuff. And this time, you see them in the scene, and they're going, "Who are you? How'd you get here?" Togata says, "What the hell, man? Come on, man. Don't acknowledge me to the camera. Just rape her."
It's just, that's an important detail. Yeah. Fucking insane.
Yeah, one of the most insane pages you could possibly do. Because thus far, the comic has been deathly serious.
Pretty much.
And then we're introduced to someone with the camera going, "Dude, what the fuck? Don't acknowledge the cameraman. Are you stupid?"
That's good.
The comic kicks into high gear, as you said, with the madness of Togata killing people.
And
Togata
it looks
being
incredible.
like, "Oh fuck." There's a massive jump in art quality here.
Yeah.
And just like this is Togata's whole thing is another reason why this is one of the most made by a 23-year-old manga of all time.
Yeah.
Because after he shows up, it really just feels like Fujimoto's like, I might never be allowed to write manga again.
Yes, 100%.
I need to do everything I've ever thought of.
He's so awesome.
It's like you just step on that accelerator pedal and things just keep going. I have to put every single thought down I've ever had.
I need to, like, all of my thoughts about, like, authorship and creating art, all of my thoughts about, like, because I also, like, people were comparing this to Jagan or whatever, but, like, which, I mean, makes sense because that's, like, a contemporary.
Yeah.
I was reading Fire Punch, and what really struck me this time is how, like, it feels like a response to stuff like, or like an interpretation of stuff like Violent Jack and Fist of the North Star.
Okay,
interesting.
Like a lot.
Yeah. Fist of the North Star, definitely, yeah.
Which
I think,
I mean, like, and Chainsaw Man is sort of Devilman adjacent.
Yeah, it's definitely playing in that space.
So much.
I'd
say
a Nagai head, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
In a similar vein to that, I think other deep manga heads take notes because I'll be crucified for this take. It's kind of a phoenix. It's kind of like Phoenix.
Maybe a little bit.
I have not read Phoenix yet.
Because Tezuka is like getting out all of his ideas at the end of his life, and I feel like Fujimoto in the same way is like, I need to get out all my ideas or I'll explode.
Yeah. The whole getting all his ideas out is one of the big takeaways I remember coming away from this, like after reading it, being like, oh, he didn't know if he was ever going to get a chance to do this again. It just
arguably
keeps going.
He's still catching up to this. Like, he seemingly is still kind of like, not in the sense that like he has matured as an artist, and not necessarily like, I don't think Chainsaw Man is necessarily better than this, but obviously has changed his thoughts on things and is like pretty good at making manga and all.
Yes,
always has been. But it's just like I Chainsaw Man, at least as far as I read, because I haven't read all of part 2.
Yeah, me neither.
It's still like playing with a lot of ideas that come from this.
Yeah,
like a lot of fixations, definitely.
I think Fujimoto, the interesting mind that he is hyper fixated on a lot of key themes in a way I haven't really experienced with a lot of contemporary mangaka, where he, like, this motherfucker is obsessed with transness and like queerness in a kind of interesting way, and it keeps reappearing in all of his comics. In the same vein of like hyperviolence and what that means as like an object. And here, it just kind of, I need it to be out, and I need it to be shown, and I need it to be clear that I'm thinking about it. But in Chainsaw Man, there's this extra space to like contemplate those themes.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, I think, again, I haven't read part 2, but like, I know how long part 2 is. So it definitely feels like in Chainsaw Man, again, especially part 2, it's like, okay, I can take my foot off the gas, and we can just go. I don't have to be rushing through all of this anymore.
Yeah, considering there's now an entire Fujimoto industrial complex.
Yeah, exactly, right? This fucker's set. He can do whatever he wants.
Like, he doesn't have to prove himself anymore. He has his place firmly.
Yeah, it'll be a remarkable day that he makes something and it gets cut from Jump, right? Like it would I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I'm actually really curious if he's going to stay with Jump.
Dog, I don't know.
It's where he started. It's where he's done all of his stuff. So, like, who knows?
But it also seems like by the end of Chainsaw Man, from what I have heard, it kind of seems like he maybe is chafing against the schedule a little bit.
I mean, that makes sense.
I'd say what is most likely, if I'm going off of artists who chafe against the schedule but are like viewed as fucking top tier assets. Like Suishida has a really sweet deal where he just makes chapters and they come out whenever. I could totally see Fujimoto being in a position of, I make chapters and they come out whenever.
Oh my god, imagine Fujimoto's Choujin X.
Can you imagine?
Make Ren's dick explode.
I would come wherever I was standing when I saw that new chapter drop announcement. You don't understand. Because fucking part 2 was supposed to be, I have no limits. But it was still limited because it's Jump Plus proper. What if you could just do whatever? Heroin addiction characters, bro. We need the heroin arc we have in Choujin X. But in Fujimoto's Twisted Eye. Sorry, we're getting into fantasy for Ren and Ren alone.
Exploring the Ren Mind Palace.
I have spent the past 2 months talking to every other chud in my life going, that ending was beautiful, and everyone's saying, no, and I'm like, no one knows an arc
There is
anymore.
a pretty decent chance that I just maybe reread all of Chainsaw Man in between.
You should!
It seems unlikely, right?
You should. I think you should, because it's great. It goes down so smooth anytime you read it. I need to reread part 2.
It is crazy to me how part 2 is like double the length.
Oh, it's so long.
Yeah,
it's
over doubles the length of the manga.
It's a very different story. It's doing something, man.
Oh my god,
I like what it's doing.
I forgot about the fucking stupid bullshit with chapter 59 of Chainsaw Man being web only.
Yeah, because there's gay sex in it.
Yeah, it's the orgy scene. I fucking
That's
hate that I can't just
scene.
turn on something on the app and it'll let me read the mature imprint shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Let me read Fire Punch in the app.
Oh
Let me
my
read
God.
fucking Golden Kamui in the app. Like, you don't gain anything by limiting it. What, a 13-year-old's gonna read Peak? I'm gonna read it anyway!
It's literally just so they don't have to label themselves as, like, 18 plus on the App Store.
Yeah, that's
You're completely right. God, that is so true.
It pisses me off, though.
Yeah, oh man, at least put it on fucking Jump Plus. Like, goddamn, I've read some of the shit on there.
Dandadan used to be web only and is now available just on the app. I don't know, like...
How'd they do that?
It's because they can just lie and say it's for teens instead of saying it's... It is for teens. But I mean that, and like, there's so much attempted rape in that comic.
Yeah, I'll say there's more shit in the like couple chapters of Dandadan I've read than there is in chapter 59 of Chainsaw Man.
I think there's just an obfuscated boob in 59, and there's like, whoa there, Buster.
This cannot stand.
I think I want Fujimoto to write a yaoi. I think that's what I want next.
I mean, I trust him.
I do.
I trust him. That's worth noting. To get back to Fire Punch, Togata hangs out with like these two older men, and they are like gay men,
so
like
funny.
explicitly, like they're like, yeah, later they're talking to Neto, and they're like, yeah, we used to be part of the evil empire, like we used to like live there, but they were homophobic, and so we left, like so we could be happy.
I love
together.
that Neto does not know what to do with that information.
She
has like the fucking like perspiration drip on her face, going like, okay.
It's so good because it's like she's like talking about like leaving her village and like like not fitting in, and they're like, oh yeah, we get it because we're gay and everything. And being a dumb little kid, she's like, how does that relate to what I just said? Like I don't get it.
Me,
what are you talking about?
We also the fight scene is notable because Togata is going, we have too many fucking regenerators. This is bad filmmaking. I'm so pissed right now.
It's supposed to be like X-Men.
This is nothing like X-Men.
Which comes back. It comes back.
It does.
Oh.
Fujimoto guarantee.
So yeah, Togata assaults the train, everything. This ends up with there's a great bit where they're like trying to figure out how to stop the train, and Togata's like, look, Spider-Man does it this way, and Naneto's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who the fuck is Spider-Man?
What is a Spider-Man? Excellent. And it just like cuts like again, Togata like being almost like an author standing at points, just being like, this doesn't matter, the train stops, who cares?
Yeah.
It's good.
And they have this like whole conversation with Judah, who Agni's like, you look just like Luna, my sister. You look exactly like her. are you Luna? You're probably Luna. Hey, this is great. You're Luna. And she's like, no, I've been alive for 130 years, actually. Like, I got my own life. I don't know you're Luna.
It's so funny.
It's really good. I remember reading this for the first time and being like, not is she lying, but is she wrong? Right? Like does she have like false memories?
Is she Luna
or something?
in some way? Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're like false memories implanted, whatever. Definitively no.
No.
Although things happen in the second half of this manga that make things radically unclear.
Yes. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
With Agni here, I think it also becomes clear that Fujimoto thinks of him as equally tragic and so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think he thinks his torture is the funniest thing that ever happened to someone.
He loves torturing that fucking homunculus.
Dude, he's screaming loud as hell.
He loves, dude, though. They're gonna drop a fucking Tatsuki Fujimoto and then fucking season 2 of Creators, and it's just gonna be my poor tortured homunculus who won't die.
Can you imagine? It's Mangabon is the Urasawa show where he talks to all the.
Oh my god!
I'd freak out, man.
I don't think he's ever covered a Jump artist.
That's interesting.
That makes sense.
Or Shonen Jump specifically.
Yeah.
I could see it. I think it would just be a nightmare.
Yeah, it'd be great. I want to know what Fujimoto's deal is.
He lives in a box by the river making manga, and I think that wasn't a lie.
Well, he also has 7 storehouses,
Quick Fujimoto aside, just while we're on the man specifically, he would make manga all day and then go to sleep by the door so that his resistance hitting him in the head with the door would wake him up.
I thought you were going to tell the story about how he would get really angry, draw a chapter or draw some manga, and then go to sleep and then wake up and be like, "What did I do?"
What's going on?
And that was like his method. Like.
Such a good. I should try that.
Also notable, one of the one shots I read, he drew with 102-degree fever because he was curious what that would be.
And then the one with gastroenteritis was too bad.
Yeah, that one didn't work out.
That one sucked. He's so fucking smart.
I gotta check my notes. Yeah, so they're like. They confront Judah. They let Judah go. Togata recruits Agni to train. He wants to train Agni and make him star in his movie. So they do that. And then we also check in on Sun, our sweet young man, who is being strapped to a table and being tortured all day. So he creates electricity to power the city, the evil empire has.
So awesome.
But through this, he starts telling stories about Agni to the other, what they're called firewood, the people who are like being tortured like this.
Yes.
And the other firewood start being like, "Oh, tell us more stories." Also notable, I was talking with my lovely partner about the firewood, the lovely folks down there, and I was like, "Yeah, it does kind of feel like BDSM fetish art." It's so the way they're strapped down and some of them are blindfolded. I was like, this is remarkable.
This is a little strange.
Yeah.
If you look at the people who have the fire powers, the way they're positioned, you're like,
that I was one where I was like, I don't know what to do with any of this.
That guy shows up with a massive penis eventually.
Yeah.
We'll get
Yes, he does. But notably in the firewood area, as you were saying, we have a little son talking about all the Agni stories, and they're now like, "Oh wait, this guy sounds pretty tight."
Tell us more about because this is the other thing. Son at this point is calling him a god.
Yes,
and he's like, "Oh, Agni's a god, a man, on fire who doesn't die." He's like,
meanwhile,
telling stories.
Agni's learning English.
Oh, very important to the plot.
He's learning a lot of good English.
Penis.
Penis.
They're like,
what does it mean? A dick.
They're like,
that's one of my favorite fucking.
The panel right after it's kind of perfect with them looking at Togata, just go, "What the fuck?"
I think the payout of all of this is my favorite part, where he ends up going, "Okay, you gotta tell me what these words mean first." he keeps saying like dirty words. He's like, "Okay, you gotta tell me what these." I'm
just saying, right? You can't be doing that.
And then they train. He learns some English, and then they So Togata sneaks into the evil empire, kills some guys, meets up with Judah, who's in the hospital, and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring Agni here. I'm gonna bring Fireman here, and you're gonna kill him because my movie won't work if he actually wins, or whatever. And let's go." And so they pick out some prisoners, some evil prisoners, who all have their powers. So it's much more like X-Men. Yeah, which is not said, but I thought was very funny. Soup them up. Togata reveals she has like a cache of like weapons under the
he's got his old hideout full of like samurai armor,
like all this shit he's just collected over the last few hundred years.
A massive mecha suit.
Yeah.
The mecha suit's really good.
I do love Judah being like, "Why do you have this?" So I was like, I've been around. Like
I've just been alive for forever.
This is also where the time scale of the manga starts to stretch a little bit. I don't know if you guys are picking up on this, but when Fire Punch starts, we're under the impression that like the winter has only been around for like 5 years. I think is the number that's given. Like it's like within human memory, basically.
But then
as the manga is going, it starts being like, "Nah, this has been happening for hundreds, if not thousands of years."
Yeah, and it happened around like 2200.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Cause I think that's what like Togata says. I've seen like every movie from like 1970 something to like 2200.
Well, 1990 to 2200. But I think
the caveat there is that's not when the winter started. That's when movies stopped being popular. Like movies, like went away because like societally they were frowned upon. I believe is the idea there. What's going on there?
It's also around this time that we get to see Agni's also absolutely chopped fit.
I really love Waylon in the fireproof suit with his metal arm. It's so good.
It's so dumb. Dude, Togata is like, "Oh, thank God, he looks awesome.
He looks so cool.
This is the coolest guy ever."
He's kind of dressed like Alec Mercer from Prototype.
Like, oh my God, he is!
Like, that's my thought.
Oh, fuck.
The coolest character in fiction, so, like, I get it,
Straight out of Mecha Ude.
So they attack the evil empire. Togata does not reveal what he's done. Also, is critical.
No.
It dies not revealing what he's done. In fact, which is remarkable. Which I'm thinking a lot about it. So they're like sneaking through the evil empire, and they're like going through like these slave chambers. Like there's all these jail cells, and Togata like, "Just keep moving. We gotta keep going." And Agni like sees. Like one of the slaves like asks for help basically, and he sees this kid, and then like has a hallucination, as he often does.
He's tweaking out.
He's bugging of like his younger self being trying to save them and being like, "Well, this is the right thing to do. I'm doing what you want to be doing right now." So he does it. He saves them. The Togata is not pleased with this.
No, Togata's pissed.
Togata's pissed. Yeah, they get outside. The inmates are out there, and one of the biggest inmate knocks Agni through buildings of the evil empire. And because the fires will burn as long as he's alive, or as long as they catch onto something that's alive, the city is damned at this point. They're like, there's no way that
they're fucked.
It's over. Especially because the big guy keeps knocking him through buildings. Like he does not stop.
No.
And I do love that Judah pretty immediately is like, "Oh, thank God it's over." Because at this point we know that Judah has fabricated a narrative.
Yeah.
She's an immortal who's been around for, I think, 130 years. And sometime during this point, started a religion / cult based around a god king, which we've learned some fun details about later.
So good.
A god king that does not exist, and like created this whole city and society, basically. And it weighs on her. Like, she does not enjoy having done this or being a part of it at all, it seems. And so, like, as soon as Agni gets busted through the building, he's like, just sits down. And her, like, second command is like, what are you doing? And she's like, it's over. We're done. Like, I don't have to do this anymore.
I'm so happy I get to stop.
Literally, it's awesome. And, you know.
Oh, fucking... Yeah. This is around also when, like, paneling is kicking up to high gear again.
It's really noticeable in the Togata fight on the train, I think. That's the first instance of, like, really, really good paneling, I think.
I think Fujimoto does find a lot of his groove when he's either doing a monologue or something incredibly violent.
Yeah.
It seems that's when he's flexing his muscles in Fire Punch.
One thing that was really interesting to me is how much action is off-screened for the early parts of Fire Punch. You don't see a lot of it, really, in the way that I remembered, until right after, like, partway through the Togata train fight, right? But even then, it cuts, and a massive amount of that fight is skipped. Like,
I fucking love that.
It's awesome. It's great. But it's interesting.
I was fooled because I was convinced, like, when it cut and then it's just like black at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, I like reloaded the page multiple times because I thought it was just Weeb Central fucking.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
That's good.
I remember there being some, like, crazy shit going on. Like, I remember something crazy happens. Hold on. And then I'd, like, reload. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just came to, like, oh, fuck, yeah. That's what... It's good. It's good. Fucking awesome.
It's so good.
It's the best,
And
dude.
then, from that fight onward is when we see, like, proper, like, battles and stuff. Well, quote-unquote proper. This one is Agni getting punched around until he stops, which, hey, works.
Until he stops?
Until he stops being punched around, basically. It's good. I think it works.
That's cool. This
cool.
fight is fucking... It is really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
I don't have the details on this fight super clear, but it ends...
Is his Fire Punch.
Yeah, he ends with him saying Fire Punch and then punching the guy so hard that he dies.
So dumb.
It's
so dumb.
He fights,
yes, my Fire Punch.
He fights the iron. One of the enemies can control iron. Kills that guy.
No, hold on. We can't skip this because it's the coolest thing that's ever happened in anything ever. The guy who controls iron, basically, like, impales Agni like 1,000,000 times in the chest and starts lifting him
into space.
To space. And Agni rips his own head off and throws it down so that his body regenerates by the time he hits the ground and he kills him.
A bit so cool, he does this again in Chainsaw.
Yeah, he does.
Which I would too.
Awesome.
That rocks.
Yes, awesome.
I mean, there's a couple things that he repeats in Chainsaw Man from this point forward. One of them we'll get to a little later.
Okay. So Baseball Man appears here with his convoy.
He does.
I don't know his name, but I love him.
I think it is literally just Batman.
Batman. Yeah, they do call him Batman. Yeah.
That's so Batman. Fucking
funny. There's the third inmate is like, fuck this, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here. And then Batman sees him and it kills him. And one of his followers is like, hey, you said we're not supposed to kill. You know, he's like, no. I could see into his heart and I knew how he tortured, what he did to those children. Which we know is true because we watched... We were told that he cut off
it happen.
Yeah, we watched it happen. No, we were told that he cut off like the face of 17 kids with wind power,
just for fun.
Yeah, just to do it. Baseball Man arrives. Judah tries killing herself on Agni, basically, like immediately. Once
she's really bad at
over. And he's like, hey, I'm Luna now, actually. I'm Luna. You should kill me. I'm your little sister. I want to die. You should give me a hug.
Please kill me.
Please.
And the convoy that Batman brings, like, takes all the slaves and all the people who aren't Agni, basically. And they start heading off to their base. And this is something I forgot. They drive past the Great Pyramids.
Yeah, they do. There's a pyramid.
Yeah, it's explicitly the Great Pyramid. Like, it's got, like, the cap and everything. I was like, oh, shit. This is like Egypt. Like, they're in the Mediterranean. That's why it's still livable. That's crazy. They're like
so fascinating.
They're also like, yeah, Doma's dead. You know, it's cool. And eventually, Judah's able to induce a hallucination so strong in Agni that he like is gonna like I think shake her hand is what it is. And that would kill Judah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the ice switch steps in. It impales Agni.
Which is really funny. As just recently it was confirmed that the ice switch is not real, and then someone appears saying, no, I'm the
ice switch.
And you scream, you're like, holy shit, she's real. Oh god, the devil is real.
It's my goat! The goat's alive!
Because part of the lore, as we've been told, it is that the reason there's an ice age is because there's the ice witch who is a blessed so powerful that she's turned everything into snow, and she says, "Oh, I only did this because I wanted to," to Agni. Because Agni's like, "Why are you doing this?" This is later revealed to be false. Right? So that's fun. She's just like a pre-fall person. But another very blamed detail, which we'll talk about.
Yes.
A bunch of evil Empire goons catch up to the convoy, and then this is the moment I remember reading Fire Punch the first time, and this happening and being like, "Oh, this guy is like trying to put all of his thoughts on the page because he does not know when he's going to get to do this again, like we were talking about earlier." And that is when the eye patch bikini spear woman shows up.
She's so cool.
Who is does not speak whatever language the other people are speaking. Presumably speaking English. Definitely speaking English, actually, because Togata can talk with her. And it just whips these guys out. She does the coolest shit with a spear. I love it so much.
It's awesome. It's Kaladin.
Yeah, sure. A naked guy with a helmet shows up who can make weapons
Big
from
Bean.
his body.
I like him.
Which I feel like I've seen
so much.
What is it what fucking manga did I read where a guy makes weapons out of his own blood?
Oh my god. God damn it.
It's like made me think
Blood
of that.
Bucket Blood-a-Font, right?
What's that?
Or like Dead Man Wonderland, alternatively,
Didn't need that.
Karokai no
Kirk in a basket.
No,
what?
That'd be crazy. Can you imagine?
There's
I can.
Karokai no Kanada. No,
just saying syllables.
Naruto.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What?
I feel like I've seen this before. Like the visuals are very. I mean, I haven't seen it.
It's
before. I've
around.
read it. But I was like, interesting. Can't play.
It's like the
Kyokai no Kanada. It's a TV show.
Is that the gal who does it?
Yeah, it's the gal with the short hair and the glasses.
Yeah, the strawberry blonde with glasses.
Yeah, and she makes.
Ren pulls up his database of women he's seen. Oh, it's this one.
My database of anime that Demolition D has mentioned in a video.
Yeah, let's say that's why.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, yeah, and it's got Mr. Rogers' Strongest Disciple. It's a good one. It's pretty good. It's got a really good ending song.
Hells yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, they kill a bunch of those bad guys. And after the Ice Witch is done torturing Agni, he catches up, and Togata's like, "Hey, you're a god to these people, and we have to act that way." Like Togata has ascertained the situation pretty quickly, mostly because he's been hanging out with these people the most.
Yes,
really. Actually, I do want one great part, because a lot of that was battle stuff that not super interesting to talk about. There is a great bit where Togata takes over the truck that he's in. and somebody shoots Togata. Togata plays dead, kills that guy. Another guy shoots Togata. Togata plays dead, kills that guy. Like,
Is it? I don't think it's Togata playing dead. I'm pretty sure it's Togata gets shot.
Yes.
Regenerates.
Goes brain dead for a second.
Yes.
Regenerates.
I think it's that, and then plays dead. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to understand that Togata's, like, fucking around a little bit here. Which is awesome.
He's having so much fucking fun. It's awesome.
He found the lighter, is so jazzed.
Yeah, he liked that lighter. Like, oh, nice. Like, but anyways, makes it clear that Agni's a god, and, like, you know, also, these people are gonna need to eat food. Like, that's, you know, they're in an ice age. There's not a lot of food going around. That's, like, the big problem facing humanity right now. And so Agni's like, well, just cut off the part of my face that's okay. Like, I did this before, you know? And everyone's a little like, well, are you sure they're going to be chill with that? He's like, yeah, it'll be chill. I taste delicious, I believe is what he says.
So awesome.
And so they spend, like, seemingly all night cutting off his face. And then bringing that meat. And the bikini lady is like, we're not going to do that. Are you insane? And Togata's like, this is meat. You need to eat. This is going to be, it's fine.
Agni's eyeballs give your make your eyes better.
And it started, like, the cult religion shit even further is Son and Nanetto are, like, eating a stew, and Nanetto gets an eyeball. And Son's like, oh, well, it's good for you. It'll make your eyes better, you know? And, like, some of the other people around them are like, oh, yeah, the lips will cure your disease, you know, your illness. And then it's like, where are you getting this from? They're like, who told you that? And Son's like, oh, I just thought about it. I just think it's true. And I was like, that's scary
so
as hell.
funny.
That's so scary.
It's so funny.
Fujimoto has so many ideas on religion that are always coming back into play in his work.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part where, like, Togata, like, lays out, like, religion is all bullshit. Like, basically, like explains to Agni, like, Togata's, like, theory of religion.
I really love this section. Well, I guess it this goes a little bit into the next part, which is Doma's alive.
Yeah.
This
whole stuff is so good.
All of this stuff, but I love this kind of, like, interrogation of the idea of, like, yeah, you know, eventually you can make, like, a good you can make, like, a society post this collapse. Think about the apocalypse that, you know, once it happens, it's always happening.
Yeah.
It's just always like, it's like, no, you're just gonna suffer forever. Like, there's no, like, even if you guys start making babies or whatever, they're just gonna suffer, and you guys don't have education.
Yeah, Togata estimates that they have 20 years to Judah.
Yeah,
like,
before
like,
the
how
Earth
long is it
just
gonna last?
gets too cold.
Like, probably 20 more years. Like yeah,
nothing
humanity
will
is
exist
winding
anymore.
down. The project is almost over.
Things were cooked.
And, like, I don't know what this says about
fuck.
me, but I find those sort of apocalyptic narratives incredibly compelling. I think a lot about that constantly, all the time.
We should read We Who Are About To.
We should. There's a lot of things we should.
Yeah.
But I'll say
We'll read something eventually. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
This is also where Togata explains. Togata explains where you go when you die. And Togata says it's a movie theater. It has to explain the concept of a movie theater to Agni, which is cute. And he's like, you know, you sit down, you watch a bunch of trailers, and then you watch a movie. And, like, that movie theater, that comes back in Chainsaw Man, right? Like, not in the exact way, but you
that's
see
the other thing I was going to say
Right,
that comes back up, is that obviously not that exact movie theater, but I'm pretty sure there are panels.
I was gonna say, I think it literally is the same art.
And I think also get used in Goodbye Airy or Look Back, like one of the two.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I remember.
I think does just show up again, like the same shot of, like, face on somebody watching a movie.
I remember when that happens in Chainsaw Man, people in the thread being like, "Oh shit, it's the Fire Punch Theater. Oh, God. And I hadn't read Fire Punch, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? Like, these people are freaking out.
We're stuck in the hell area where bad things are contemplated.
Yeah. I think about that movie theater a lot. I think about Togata as like, it's basically a fairy tale, right? Like Togata doesn't believe this, but there's no fucking way.
It's just something that he's telling himself and also Agni because it's kind of pleasant.
It's a nice thing to think, and also Togata loves movies and would love to go to a movie theater. So, like, of course, heaven is a movie theater to Togata.
Yeah, of course. And to Fujimoto, probably.
Yeah, this is also fun that this comes after again. Togata blows up religion, right? Like, immediately is explaining like. His like form of metaphysics and but again, not something he believes. It's a fairy tale that he's telling Agni and Aneto. He is doing the same thing, just like about the afterlife specifically, and not like doctrine about how you should live your life. I don't know. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing to happen in such close proximity.
Hey, hello, this is Editor James just hopping in because we get so close to a point here and then don't make it that it's been driving me insane ever since we recorded this. So, just now I was talking about how Togata blows up religion. And something that Togata is doing in this is that he's saying religion is two things. It is a form of power over people, it is a way to control people, and it is also a way of preserving and passing on knowledge, right? Like, these things are both true, but Togata says basically, it's all bullshit no matter what. Like, it both controls and also is like a function for society, but that's what religion is, because Naneto and Agni don't understand what religion is on a base level because they have no education, as we're about to talk about. So that's what Togata says, and then immediately is when asked about the afterlife, Togata explains that the afterlife is a movie theater. And I cannot believe that none of us said this, but this is Togata trying to preserve the idea of a movie theater. Togata is doing the thing that he just admonished religion for doing, and is doing it in service of something that he loves. He is trying to pass on movie theaters forever, trying to preserve it in some way. And I think that's also really interesting to think about, because Togata also said that humanity is not going to last for another 20 years. There's no getting out of this, right? Like, we're done. But despite what Togata says and thinks, he is still trying to preserve something of the past and is trying to pass it on in this way. Maybe not consciously, but that's what he's doing. And I infinitely interested, just so good. I love Togata as a character. I really, I don't know. It was this really potent moment. I was just thinking about it all day today, and I was like, when I'm editing this damn thing, I have to talk about this a little bit. I might insert another clip later talking about Togata a little bit, but I incredible. Fire Punch is a masterpiece. I think we say it at one point, but I'm going to say it right now. Fire Punch is a masterpiece. Everyone should read it. Okay, back to the show.
It's pretty funny.
This whole segment of really like a lot of it, from like chapter like 14 till like now, and a bit beyond, also just feels like, Fujimoto, probably a guy who has read a lot of shonen.
Oh, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it definitely has seen a lot of movies. It just feels like their kind of diatribe against hero worship, against this kind of establishment, like, oh, somebody's gonna save us, thinking. Because it's all just like, well, yeah, maybe, like, accidentally at best.
Yeah.
And then what?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
then what are they going to do?
We should get to it right now. They learn that Doma lives, and they go to Doma, and Doma's like, explains this whole thing of like, yeah, I like killed your village, and that's bad, but also a village that eats human meat can't sustain itself. Like, once something happens to you, that you have a village full of cannibals who rely on cannibalism. What are they going to do? Either they're going to eat each other, or they're going to start attacking villages nearby. Which is bleak.
He's not wrong.
Which is bleak. You got also like, I don't know, and he's saying like, yeah, the problem is there's no education. Nobody knows anything. So like, society cannot improve because there's nobody putting the time in to like teach it better. Basically, he also reveals that the evil empire he discovered is named after and based around a movie, a crappy movie.
So fucking funny.
That and like he found this out by like stumbling across it in Togata's home, basically, before destroying it. And then Togata's like, "Fuck you! You're the one who destroyed my home because I'm the only person who would still have that fucking movie. You asshole!"
And then,
your god's a rapist.
Yeah, Togata's like,
your god is a rapist who was ousted out of Hollywood after that.
It's so good. I love that shit.
It's just like one of those things that does feel like Fujimoto taking a hammer to like people that exist on like a forum somewhere about B movies.
It's so true. I mean, I keep Togata is not a 1-to-1 author stand-in, but like Fujimoto does talk through Togata at points. It feels like in a way that I find fun. I like that. Thumbs up.
It's good.
We also this is before the murder rampage. I believe yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like
right before.
Which also,
they go back
Doma
to
has
camp.
like 13 kids?
17 kids.
17 kids. Well, they're going back to the camp. They're walking back to the camp, and Togata's like, you gotta... You can't let it end like this. And then something happens.
Something happens.
And he kills the fuck out of them.
So for some reason, I think I was enraptured, because I don't have this in my notes. That's why I was like, wait, there's something between Doma being alive and the Togata thing happening. And I'm like,
yeah,
he has to kill them in between there.
Yeah, he just kind of...
He snaps. He has visions.
Or it seems like maybe Togata does something. Yeah, like some sort of vision happens. It's unclear where it's from.
Yeah.
I think he just snaps.
Yeah, I think the dissonance, I mean, if we want to like start interjecting more, I think like the dissonance of Doma's whole deal. Like the Doma, this figure of like mass violence in Agony's head, is like an old man who's fishing the tiniest little fish you've ever seen in your life. Also, now I said that out loud. Fun that Doma's whole thing is you need to teach people how to do things, and he's fishing because you teach a man to fish.
You teach a man to fish
and all that. That's
okay.
Fun.
Yeah,
A plus Fujimoto. But yeah, he goes in and like just slaughters the entire fucking thing. Everyone, all the kids, and everything's razed to the ground. And then they head back to the village. And it's this point where Batman reveals that Togata is trans. Is specifically the way Batman phrases it is that Togata is pretending to be a girl but has the brain of a man, I believe is the word.
Can't trust him.
So you can't trust him is the way Batman like frames it. And it's up to this point. We've been using he him pronouns for Togata. The manga does not do that. There is a brief mention early on. Well, it does it after this, but more kind of. There's a brief mention when Togata is in the train that from two characters saying like, "Oh, it's that guy," and somebody else is saying it's a girl. And from that point on, we refer to Togata as a woman, using she, hers. But then there's Togata and Agni have this long conversation where Togata just talks about being trans. Is explaining that they're a trans man, basically. Not in those terms, those words are not used. But like Togata explains basically that because of the regeneration power, they are trapped in a body that they cannot change. That despite being a man, that there's no way that they can physically be a man, and like how much that bothers them. And then this like goes into a conversation about like how you represent yourself physically and everything. This is where like the conversation of like Right, Togata's like, Agni, you're the scariest motherfucker on planet. You look insane. Of course, everyone thinks you're a god. Look at yourself. And Agni's like, well, I'm just a 15-year-old kid. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I'm just a boy.
And very specifically, Togata says, like, the only thing that matters is your image.
Yeah.
Like, if they knew anything about you, they wouldn't, like...
Also, I'm looking at my notes. I realize I flipped it. The trans stuff is before they go to meet Doma, but after they know Doma's alive. That's the mix-up I've made. Looking at my notes, I realized that's good. But yeah, there's like this really interesting conversation about like presenting yourself, and like who you are yourself. Interesting. I again, we love Togata.
Togata is fucking awesome. I mean, like, this is the stuff that I feel like most people have really latched onto.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
At least, like, maybe I have a selection bias because I am just around a lot of people who are, like, interested in trans stuff and trans people in general. But it's just, like, this is more or less, like, the main thing I see talked about when I see people talk about Fireproof.
At this point, definitely, yeah.
Togata,
because it's
and
that good.
It is.
It's
like,
also, again,
it's jarring,
much
but
like
it's like
what,
it's so.
Hibi said that first chunk of the manga, you don't expect it to land here, right? Like a thoughtful depiction of a trans person, right? Like,
yeah, of like a trans person suffering and like, and also like Agni just trying his hardest to understand and just not.
He gets closer than you'd expect.
And it's way closer than you'd expect, but also just like, I don't get it, but I want you to be around.
Yeah.
No matter what. And then also accidentally calls Togata his big sister, and then it's like, well, maybe it should be your big brother. And then Togata's like, just kind of collapses on the ground, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Big sister's fine, I guess.
But he's trying. He's trying so hard.
Yeah, Agnes is just so stupid.
He's so dumb.
My poor sweet boy.
Poor sweet idiot.
Hey, this is Editor James hopping in one last time. I just wanted to add a little extra to this conversation as well. Just to say, well, I think we're all very laudatory of Togata. And very fond of Togata as a character. We love him a lot and very impressed or appreciate him as a character, especially within the context of like 2017, 2018. I do think we'd be doing it a service not to kind of point out that while we think the transness of Togata and like all of that is good and we like it, I think a very good criticism and something that if somebody said it to me, I could not disagree with them on is, yes, Togata is a good character, all this stuff, but the fact that his transness is like a reveal and we only really get to experience him as this character for like a few chapters before he dies. I mean, we're about to talk about that. I think that could really rub some people the wrong way, and I don't blame anybody for that being a problem. It's something that kind of does bother me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But also, I don't know, it's 2017. Fujimoto is seemingly a cis man, a straight cis man. I don't know. I think it's a remarkable character, but I wish some things were probably were maybe a little different. I don't know. I myself am not trans, and I'm not going to do that thing where I make my trans partner read a thing so I can then mine their opinions and thoughts on it. I just wanted to flag all this because I do think it's worth just bringing it up, pointing it out, and then kind of moving on. But okay, back to the show. Good conversation coming up.
And then they visit Doma. They have the conversation. They're heading back, and this is when Agni like snaps, goes back, kills everyone, and then goes out onto the lake, the frozen lake that's right there. Because, he'll melt the ice. Seemingly trying to kill himself again. It won't work, but, he's not doing well.
But by God,
I guess he gets trapped under the ice. I don't know. I guess he probably wouldn't be able to get out. I don't know. But Togata saves him by sacrificing himself, basically, on Agni's flames. He returns to the village, and we've skipped over something.
This has one of my favorite... Hold on. The Togata sacrificing himself thing has one of my favorite bits where Togata's like, oh, he's tensing his muscles so much. That's how he got so strong. I knew he had to be doing some sort of strength training while I wasn't looking.
So
what the fuck
awesome.
is your problem?
Also, I'm glad
is insane
back to that.
to the
This
very
is
end.
also the movie theater returns because we see Agni in the movie theater, like as a young boy, like ordering popcorn, like doing the movie theater stuff.
Doing
and he's about to like
Togata
sit down
told
and
him.
watch the movie, and then Togata like rips him free because he's about to sit down with Luna. But Togata like steps in and pulls him out, and that's when you realize that what's happening is
Togata's saving him.
Togata's saving him.
It tells him to live.
It's
once again
a curse.
The whole like, what should my final words be? Like I like worked through it, and then it's I know, and it's live, which is the meanest thing you can say to Agni, perhaps.
It's so mean. It's awesome.
Just let him die.
Never kill yourself, because it'd be funnier if you stayed alive.
Never kill yourself, parentheses, in a bullying way.
In a sick, cruel, mean way.
But we've skipped over something here, and that is we get a scene of the Ice Witch, or whatever her name is, because she says her real name at this point. I didn't write it down.
I cannot remember.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
she's the Ice Witch. Who cares?
The Ice Witch and
Judah,
right?
Yeah. Where the Ice Witch is like taking control of Judah's body, and then basically explains what's really going on. The Ice Witch has been alive for 3,000 years, 4,000 years, and explains that like in the past. Well, first of all, pulls down her hood and reveals that she looks exactly like Judah and also exactly like Luna.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
What's his problem?
He has a type.
And explains back. Who knows how true any of this is. But explains that in the past, everyone had blessings, and everyone had access to multiple blessings. But now man is fallen. Basically, is not as evolved as the Ice Witch says it. And maybe has access to one blessing, but it's not guaranteed or anything. And the Ice Witch has a plan that will use Judah to turn Judah into a tree, which will suck up all of the life on Earth, and then all the life on other planets, to rebuild Earth, so then we can get a new Star Wars movie. Because the last one ended on a cliffhanger, and the Ice Witch wants to know what happened.
It's so funny.
People will blow up the world because of Star Wars, and Fujimoto's right.
They're doing that right now.
No, this happens before. Yeah, we skipped this because this happens before the Togata stuff.
Yes,
because Star Wars gets mentioned. Here at the end of a chapter, at the end of a volume, I think, which is so fucking.
It's
fun.
it's a giant 2-page spread. It's awesome.
And then after that, because after the gender stuff with Togata gets revealed, and they have their little conversation, and then they sit on the ground, and they're just like, and Agni's like, I need to heal, like, you shot the shit out of me. I need to, like, heal. Can you just tell me about yourself? And Togata is like, I don't want to talk about myself at all. I'm just going to recap a movie, and then the chapter ends with, in a galaxy far, long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. And it's like, That's good.
That's the good Star Wars fandom. Unlike the Ice Witches, which is the bad Star Wars fandom.
This is true. It's fucked up that Fujimoto gets me to like feel emotional about Star Wars. Gets me to like feel
really
even a
funny.
little bit of like romanticism about Star
Not
Wars.
even
of our
Star
Lord,
Wars, but like caring about Star Wars. Also,
yeah,
like,
just
that's
the idea of caring about
magic,
Star Wars as like a thing that like isn't evil, that doesn't make me like respect you less as a person inherently.
Yeah, there are people out there who give a fuck about Star Wars still in a way that means something, and that's Tatsuki Fujimoto.
And Chloe, friend of the pod, Chloe Kid.
Yeah, that's and Chloe.
Thin ice.
Thin ice stuff. Very
Thin
thin
fucking
ice.
Just
ice.
enough.
Yeah, so yeah, and then Agni returns to the village, and there's a giant fucking tree there. So, the Ice Witch is like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? I got Judah up there." And so he climbs the tree by like smashing his arms into it.
So cool.
And he's like, the tree is begging. Judah is begging Agni to kill her. Like, please kill me, please kill me. And full psychosis at this point, Agni is like, I need a miracle to happen because I'm going to go up to that tree. I'm going to kill this tree. I'm going to kill this tree. And Luna's going to be there. Luna's going to be okay. And everything's going to be okay. That's all I want. Just fully not on a plane of reality anymore.
No, Agni's lost his fucking mind.
And
Agni's suffering real bad.
Gets to the top of the tree. Judah's there, giving him eyes, and he beats the hell out of her, begging for a miracle. And we end on a page of the tree seemingly exploding, something is happening to that tree.
Something crazy is happening to that tree. I don't know what the fuck happened to me the first time I read Fire Punch.
Okay.
Because I swear to God, I remember being so confused. Maybe it's still possible.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll understand this immediately once I read chapter 52. But I remember being so confused, and I was like, did they like? I remember it being like a hard cut to like tree happen shit going on. I'm like, did I just not did I literally just like not read this at all?
I mean, you might have just like skipped through the Ice Witch stuff. Like explain the tree stuff comes up once and then and then fully for. I mean, I will say
the tree's very relevant.
There's like
well, yeah, it comes out
yeah
like once or twice, like right before
exactly right before,
and then it just happens.
I will say there is. It's not a flaw necessarily, but again, I was paying a lot of attention to like time reading this time through, because that was one of the things I remember on my first read through, how big time felt in a very, again, I keep talking about it, a very Nihei Blame way. Like the time scale in Blame is massive. And the same thing, I was thinking a lot about that with Fire Punch, and I realized it's not really outside of like some of the prehistory stuff we're pointing at. But in the actual manga, it's basically like there's a 5-year gap, and then everything just happens one after another. But that feels insane because the tree just appears, first of all. The stuff with Doma feels like Doma should have been there for like 20 years raising these kids almost, right? Like it feels like
it's a little fucky.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of things that were like, there's nothing I can't like be like, well, this is wrong because of ding CinemaSins or whatever. It does feel like more time.
Yeah, it is a little
than does basically.
It's just like a little wonky.
So I can totally.
I just remember
again. It's giant. Like it's not like a tree. It reaches past the atmosphere.
It's a massive tree.
It's the fucking mega tree. It's the goddamn world tree from Hunter x Hunter.
Like,
yeah, it's.
So yeah, I can imagine being confused. Totally. Like
yes.
In reality, it was probably just like I read a shit ton of Fire Punch really late at night.
Yeah.
At a point where I was just kind of doing that with like a bunch of random bullshit.
Everything.
And then I stopped, and then I woke up the next day not really remembering what the fuck I had read, and then I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Ain't that the way?
Fire Punch just goes down so smooth. We all, I don't know about you, Rat, I don't think you mentioned this, but me and Seth last night were like, damn, I wish we could keep reading. I wish I could keep reading Fire Punch.
That's how the conversation started. I said I want to keep reading Fire Punch.
Did say like it was really fucked up to stop reading Fire Punch.
I literally because we stopped at chapter 51. I got there and I said, I must have made a mistake. Like, I genuinely was like, I think I said it must have been 52. Chapter 52 is where we were supposed to stop. So like I paged through real quick and I was like, no, 51 was the right answer. It just the entire manga changes after that point. Like it just
it's just like a new thing.
It's a completely different thing.
And like if you dear listener have read Fire Punch, you probably understand this is a fucking insane place to stop.
It feels crazy. But also we broke it up via volumes like we were talking about and like did the 4-part thing or whatever, I don't think there's a better place to stop. Like I think this is the best option.
It would either like break it up into 4 parts like we were going to, break it directly in half and do 4 and 4, or stop right here.
Yeah.
I think it turned out pretty good.
No, I think this is incredible.
Definitely. I'm very happy with what we did. God, Fire Punch is so good.
It's like the best.
So fucking good.
Fucking Fire Punch.
Incredible. People,
you can't fuck with it.
You can't.
It's like it's too good.
No. I never want this adapted unless it's like a 3-part OVA. Like I don't.
No, hold on. I thought about this.
Yeah. Or 4-part OVA.
I thought about this really, really fucking hard.
Yeah.
The only way I want to see this adapted is I need somebody to give us a couple $1 million, and this is how we face reveal Ren. Is Ren plays Agni.
I want to go home, man.
Yeah. No, that's actually genius. I mean, I was reading all this Fujimoto stuff, and there's at the end of one of those collections, he tells a story of he was living with his girlfriend in this like cheap, shitty apartment, and they didn't have any money. And they had this pet fish, and so they dies, and so he's gonna like he specifically says he's gonna throw it in the trash like in Parasite. And his girlfriend's like, no, you should go like bury it. So he takes it, he goes out to this park nearby, he finds a tree, but he can't bury it. He can't dig. Like the earth is too hard.
Earth's too tough.
So he puts the fish there, he's just gonna leave, but then he sees some ants start to take it away, and he gets emotional about the fish, right? So he swats the ants away, and he swallows the fish. And then he goes home and he does not tell his girlfriend what's happened. He just says he buried it. And then the next day he's like got a terrible stomachache because of course he does. And his girlfriend's like, it must have been something you ate. And he's like, no, it's not. And he talks about how he feels worse about lying to her than any else, any other part of that story. And I read this.
He's so special.
And up until this point, I thought Fujimoto was mine and Ren's, all 3 of our guy, right? I read this and I said, no. This is Ren's guy. This is a Ren story. I can never truly, really resonate with Fujimoto the way Ren can. And then
it's really unfortunate how I've told stories similar to that.
Dude.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry, Ren. Agni is the part you were born to play.
That's the meanest thing ever.
That's true.
But look into your heart.
But it's mean.
Look into your heart. You know it to be true.
Of course I do.
I thought about this so hard. This is not something I just made up. I did think about this. I was like, here, like this is like this is how we reveal. We get a couple $1 million.
We're the true inheritors to Fujimoto's will. He's still alive. But...
Yeah, I hang out with Fujimoto in France every summer because I'm trying to get into his will.
I've tried to kill myself enough to be friends with Fujimoto.
I'm just like, hey, wouldn't it be like really cool if this like white Jewish guy that I know played the main character of your manga?
Well, I mean, it's set in
named
Egypt,
after the Hindu god.
Right? Like it's set in the Mediterranean. Like I don't know. I think Ren would fit in.
And Agni's named after a Hindu god.
Yeah, I think it works out.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, the only ways to adapt Fire Punch, we do it and make Ren play Agni, or a 4-part OVA, please.
Listen, Fujimoto, I've been repping your name in the backwaters of Arizona for months. I'm your soldier.
The Fujimoto's strongest soldier.
Yeah,
I am your Batman.
Get like Kawajiri back in the directing chair.
Oh fuck! This motherfucker put "kick the baby" in his goddamn manga.
Oh my god, it's so funny. He's his fucking mind, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's an insane person. It's the best. His mind, bro. Come on. His mind.
Do you guys have any specific thoughts about Fire Punch that you want to share that we have not touched on? Because I have like a very Jamesy thought thing I want to talk through, but I don't want to monopolize that. If you guys have more stuff to talk about,
I will say
nothing that I can think of right now. Probably after the next episode.
Definitely. We're gonna
a bit more.
I've definitely like just been sitting with the ending of Chainsaw Man for the past few months, like heavily thinking about that because it was so impactful to me, and I felt this like real dissonance with truly the body of humanity.
Everyone else on the planet.
Like, yeah, because I think people just don't watch David Lynch films. Is probably the answer that's actually there. But like, I felt this distance of like this is something that like through the entire thing I felt this deep emotional resonance with, and no one else is getting that, and that's like breaking a part of my brain. And then in reading Fire Punch again, it really helped me realize, oh, no one was ever going to get it. Because this is manga for a very specific type of person that made it into the mainstream. And I think in that, it'll always be reviled by the larger portion when it's not doing hype moments.
Yeah, when Fujimoto is doing the Fujimoto shit. I mean, that's... one thing that was interesting last night reading those old threads is, based on those threads, in my memory, Fire Punch in the circles I was running in like r/manga or whatever was largely regarded as like that thing's weird and fucked up, but like great, you know. And then Baxter, friend of the pod, and they're like, oh, the people I knew basically is what he was saying. It was like the people I saw talking about it. It's so bad it's good, which that's insane. Like
that's insane to me.
That can't get there. Like.
Yeah, I read a couple like random. I mentioned this. A couple random WordPress blogs about the ending. Just after doing the reading, and that was kind of like the glorious train wreck that is Fire Punch. And I'm like, no, Fujimoto's in control.
Yeah,
there's a vision here, and you motherfuckers don't know what that is.
It's just hard, goofy Star Wars. You know, like it's
like no, he's saying something. Like it is consistent. Like again, nitpicks about like time or whatever. But like it is a consistent, smooth object for the most part, right? Like it feels lovable. It is.
I definitely do think that. Hold on, this is a thought I had a lot while reading Fire Punch so far, and I doubt this will have changed getting into the whatever the fuck goes on in the second half, or the second chunk, which I do not remember that well. Besides that, it is a different beast.
I remember bits of it but it's like I don't know how there's 30 more chapters of this thing.
I know the faces.
Like, that's what I keep thinking. I'm like, how does this keep going? Like I feel like by my memory, there's 5 chapters left. So I'm like, how is there that much left?
There's something. But I do think Fire Punch has just become a richer text now that more Fujimoto shit has come out. Now that Chain Down Man exists, now that Look Bad exists, now that Goodbye Airy, just listen to like now that all that shit exists, now that you can, I believe, literally just read everything he's ever written.
Basically, there's a few I think there's some web stuff he did in like high school that is scrubbed.
It's hard to track down.
But like anything that's
it's also not great.
I'd also know like a few, I think there's 1 or 2 comics that were submitted to Jump SQ that never got published, but were like for contests that I don't think have ever been published anywhere. Yeah. So like, but anything that has been officially published has been
translated,
translated
which is kind of unprecedented.
Yeah, no, I was thinking a lot. Again, the Fujimoto industrial complex is crazy. Like, I was thinking a lot about, like, especially with how young he is. Like,
he's incredibly young.
His first one-shot submitted when he's 17.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But, yeah, now that we've just seen more of it, the Fujimoto industrial complex exists because Dandadan was sold off the back of, hey, it's somebody who used to work on Chainsaw Man.
Dude,
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Dude, Dandadan was, fucking Hell's Paradise was.
I didn't know that about Hell's Paradise. I didn't.
Yeah, Yuki Kaiji's old fucking assistant. No, that's right.
Crazy. Isn't
that
nice.
Crazy? It's the best. I'm thinking about how all my favorite mangaka are connected to another mangaka I like. Fucking Dorohedoro, goddamn Suma Nihei.
Yeah.
Honestly, there hasn't been a work by a Fujimoto assistant that I like, but it could be coming. It could be coming. I mean, I like Hell's Paradise well enough. We'll see. We'll fucking see. But regardless, it's been interesting seeing Chainsaw Man get really, really, really popular.
Crazy.
Because I remember, dude, it's insane.
Like, everybody at my job went to go see Reze Arc.
It's fucked up, right?
I talked to a guy in Sacramento, California about a person I did not know mentioned that he was going to go see it at like an ice cream parlor. Like, he was our server.
That's awesome.
What is happening?
Want to hear something really fucked up? This is a Renism. This is going to not show my age, but show my true Unk status in this community. I got to start stealing black culture by saying fucking, I remember being like, Chainsaw Man came out like 2018, 2019. I would have been like 16, 17 at the time. And I was in New York with my boyfriend at like a Japanese bookstore. And he went, hey, look, there's Chainsaw Man. I was like, what? Really? He's like, no, they're not carrying that shit. And I was so mad. Because I wanted nothing more than to like own a piece of Chainsaw Man, my like broke ass. And I was like, I'm so excited to buy it. And there was nothing. And then I remember getting out of rehab when I was like 20, and every fucking person I know was like, dude, you gotta check out Chainsaw Man. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? So it feels crazy for me that this like weird motherfucker who was like popular, but popular in the way that like, I don't know, a thing is in a community that's not super big. Because like
he was popular,
like manga's huge now. He was
popular on r/manga, but he was not. A niche group.
Popular in pre-COVID manga circles, which is a very different thing. Now to be a global sensation, beating out like Marvel.
I had a lot of negative emotions vis-a-vis r/manga, and I still do. But I'll admit, reading those old threads, I was like, this was a better place. like these people actually like read a lot of manga and have like really specific opinions on things.
Dude, at the very least, they consumed the thing that they wanted. Like they read. My fucking god.
People say this all the time, and like I don't know how useful it is, but also like you had to work for it. Like I mean, it's 2018, 2019. It's not as much you have to work for it, but you still have to work for it a little bit. Like,
dude, I was thinking about this so hard.
It's important.
I mean, I think it's cool that Chainsaw Man is popular.
Yeah, definitely.
It is better than like a lot of other things. It actually blew my fucking mind when I was reading those WordPress things, because at the bottom of one, somebody was like, yeah, we'll wait to see when Chainsaw Man starts. And then also they're like, oh, also shout out to Spy Family.
Oh,
which is just started.
Another Fujimoto assistant.
What?
Is that true?
Yes. Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
That's insane.
I know.
I want the Fujimoto Coaching Tree. Like, I mean,
oh my god.
Make freak shit, and they're all like, okay.
I was just thinking about like, damn, because I was thinking a lot about this while watching, which I actually didn't finish. I've only seen the first half of Hibine Renmei, the anime drawn by the Lane character designer. And I was like, it's crazy that this used to be like a known quantity in for like not the majority, but like a solid chunk of anime fans had at least heard of, like, this is something that like people knew about enough where if you at least mentioned having watched it, you would have gotten street cred. And then I was like thinking over about like how anime and manga culture existed when I was like getting into it in middle school, and it was like everybody knew Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
Or in high school host
club.
Or
in high school host club. Everybody knew this shit. Can you imagine what, like, that shit just doesn't happen. Like, what do you think is currently the most well-known shoujo manga?
There are,
dude. I'm gonna
exist.
I don't know.
I'm gonna piss everybody off because this isn't a shoujo manga, but people will be like, "Oh, my favorite shoujo manga, Free Rent," and it's not.
Or
Free Rent, or like My Dress Up Darling.
That person should be shot.
It's just
because people don't know.
It's got a female main character.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Like, the history is not there anymore. I'm not sure if you were there for this part of the conversation, Seth, that I had with Chloe, but we were like, manga and anime doesn't have to exist within a niche of being meritful artistically anymore, because people can just jump onto it as a commodity, as a thing to binge, as opposed to a thing to immerse yourself in, which is why... for her, she was like, yeah, it's crazy that, like, Mushishi is just kind of an unknown quantity now when it was so important to the culture a decade ago.
Massive. It used to be, like, important.
Exactly. And in the same way, anime is kind of graduated in a similar way to film, in that it's so popular and accessible, you don't need to immerse yourself in the culture to say, I watch anime. You can say, oh, I watch movies like once every few months. I watch anime once every few months, and just not have that cultural backbone that is kind of vital to, like, grasping a lot of that shit, because anime is this iterative object.
And I think it is both, like, incredibly popular now, but also I genuinely think it is popular in a way that pushes a lot of people away, because the only things that are popular now are things literally made for teenage boys.
Yeah. I mean,
and that has always kind of been true, but it is so much worse now than I remember it being as a kid.
It's a lot.
And also, I think,
like, it's a lot different.
There's a big part of that, the pushing away, and like, I think a big part of that is also, like, to interface with anime, you go on Netflix and you just like, you just watch whatever, right? And that's not bad necessarily, but in the past you had to interface with a community of people who knew shit, who would, like, point you in directions, and, like, again, all the asterisks and problems with that in the world, but, like, I think a lot about, like, Mal, My Anime List, despicable place, but
even more so now.
But there used to be a sense of pride about what you had seen in log. Right, you could.
Yes.
I remember going on r/anime, r/manga. You'd, like, click on people's list when they were talking shit or whatever, and you're like, oh well, this guy's, like, read this. This guy's watched this. This guy has opinions.
Like, this is
on
a bomb.
These things. They, like, you know, but, like, how I don't know, that culture of, like, being having pride in the thing you've seen, all these things you've seen, all these, like, thoughts you have. I don't know. I don't see that as much. It's a lot. It's a lot more, like, fandom impulse shit, right? I'm an anime fan. I love Demon Slayer. I'm an anime fan. I love One Piece. It's not, I'm an anime fan. I've seen a bunch of shit. I have all these thoughts about how these things work.
They're not growing Ren anymore.
Yeah, and maybe this is just a consequence of, like, mass media, right? Like, maybe what we're complaining about is anime is popular. It just, like Ren said, like movies, like music, it is easy to interface with now without thinking about it as, like, a separate thing, or, like, a thing that exists in its own world. Maybe what we're rubbing up against,
and you
is
lose
just
out.
Like, I don't know. You used to get, like, a list of things that you should watch if you liked anime, and now you just watch whatever you watch. And, like, I don't know. Maybe that's
whatever's
good.
around.
No, I think the core difference here is that in our lifetime we saw that change, and I think it's okay to mourn that. You know, like, it's okay to mourn that.
I remember what it was like before, and I know what it's like now. Like,
And it's worse. Like, it's sad, you know? Like, instead of having people, like, have honest conversations about the end of Chainsaw Man, I just hear, like, bum shit, low diffed by the end of My Hero Academia, this shit sucks. Yeah, like, it's not... There's no conversations being had that I feel are valuable to my understanding of art. It's a lot of people trying to say, I have smarter and better taste, and this is so below me.
It's fucked up. I've seen, like, the degradation of of even... the lowly weekly Shonen Jump fans.
Dude, we're scum. We're Jump fans. We give nothing to society. And even despite that, they're worse now, which is crazy. I met at the line for the Boruto movie premiere, I met a man who married a single mother who his one contribution to that relationship was saying, I'm showing that son Naruto. I have it both in Japanese and English in a glass bookshelf. It's all I love. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Hero. Teach that kid right. I'm like 12 years old. I'm like, this is a genius. And now it's like, I don't want to talk to that guy because that guy sucks and is talking about like goth girlfriends. Just like things that aren't relevant to the actual discussion. He's not a freak in a way that I think is compelling. He's a freak in a way where I'm like, don't talk to me. You're making me feel uncomfortable.
It's like, hey, can you stop looking at the theater employee with piercings for that long?
Yeah, dude. You gotta stop looking at the Sarada cosplay, man. It's getting everybody really uncomfortable.
This is activating war flashbacks in my brain. I was, I think 12. I was 12 or 13. I was, you know, not quite a teen or like barely, and I had a friend who I had been close with at some point, but like we were apart. But she had a birthday party, and I was invited, and so I went to her house, and there was a bunch of these guys I did not know, a bunch of people I did not know, and her stepdad or her mother's boyfriend or something was on the couch with her, and they were watching Soul Eater.
It's crazy.
And I remember sitting down and I'd never seen Soul. I knew anime vaguely, right? But like I wasn't super into it, and like I think I'd seen like I had seen the Soul Eater This Is Halloween AMV. I know that. A piece, something that should be the Library of Congress, as far as I'm concerned. But
right next to it's fuck any Naruto num.
Yeah, like, I don't know, there should be like a whole wing. They should construct a new wing for these things. And I remember just sitting there and watching Soul Eater and like just a cavalcade of images and just being like, what is? And looking at this guy and like looking back now, he was probably like mid-30s or whatever, but like he's an adult man, and I'm like looking at him, I'm like, why are you watching this? Like,
why are you looking at cartoons?
What's happening? What
and
is
now
this?
You a man in your late 20s is watching cartoons for babies going, this shit rocks.
House, yeah.
Reading Crazy Cat.
I love Crazy Cat.
It's the best.
I had completely forgotten that experience until right now. Yeah,
no, really?
Truly, like,
wow,
I was like
okay.
having memories activated in my brain.
I'm glad that's brought back for you,
man. Reading Fire Punch, a Proustian Madeline.
I mean,
getting you to reconsider your whole life. It's all
I think
been
just like
this.
The scary information psychospace that we find ourselves immersed in every waking hour has really taken away a lot of the discovery that comes with finding art and becoming a fan of something. It's
like,
the
database. Right?
I think
we live our lives through a database, and a database doesn't have. I mean, there's a lot of thought about this. Databases don't have judgment. Yes. They do. They're built by people. Like the structures and like interface, whatever. But like the database flattens all these things and makes them all the same, and they make them all equally true. Frieren has as much value as Devilman, right? Like to the database, they're all the same thing. So if you don't have somebody there contextualizing it, you know, Netflix is the database, is what I'm saying, right? Like these things are all equal and they're all true.
Dude,
like, I will stay Freeren's hater because you used to be allowed to hate a manga, and people were just like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Everyone has their own taste, and it wasn't a giant global homogeny." But I think someone told me, "Oh, you gotta watch Frieren. It's a classic." Like, there's something that's been lost. It's like going up to me and saying, "Oh, dude, Oh my god, you haven't seen Dune Part 2? Classic.
Ren.
It's people who have a fundamental dissonance.
I heard there's a new Marvel in theater, and I've heard it's nuts.
Correct. We gotta go see it. Everyone is... I'm so upset. Everyone is fucking Tim Robinson, and they're all around me, and they're all telling me that. But instead of Marvel movies, it's anime that came out 2 years ago that is being regarded to me as better than Devilman. I think those people need to just not jokingly be shot or like fucking shut the fuck up. I think they need to like, I don't know, actually engage with the larger piece of art in the same way if your favorite album is goddamn a Sabrina Carpenter album. Like, no, it's not.
I think
listen to something, man.
Thinking about this, and like the thing you said, Seth, of like we went through the before times and the after times of all this. I think I understand why Pauline Kael was the way she was now. Like, she was there. She was there when movies,
she was there.
Popular movies started, and like I'm like, oh my god.
You got, like, it's...
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, if you grew up being like, dude, The Thing is my favorite movie, no one else has seen The Thing, and then suddenly everybody's a Thing t-shirt,
well, like,
that must feel crazy.
In Pauline Kael's example, I don't remember her exact age, but, like, her and every other film critic, imagine Steven Spielberg happening to you.
That's
imagine
crazy.
Being pre and post Spielberg in, like, the blockbuster, the 80s, right? That's what we do. That's what happened to us. We were pre-Spielberg.
We are pre and... No, dude, we're pre and post My Hero Academia.
I mean, maybe My Hero Academia is the Spielberg of anime.
Fuck, dude!
No, I'm pretty sure it was Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan's a good...
Never
that as well. That
you
was
never
Jaws.
listened to me, that's correct.
Like, that's the point where I remember
opening,
really happening.
salvo in the barrage that is modern anime.
Attack on Titan.
Get excited for us to eventually just read a bunch of books about otaku culture.
Yeah.
And have so many thoughts about it
It'll
forever.
be good.
We already have a unit written down.
We literally do, yeah.
I also want to specify, otaku culture before all of this change was bad.
Yeah, no,
like,
we're waxing poetic. It also was thorny and kind of evil.
Yeah, it's more waxing poetic about, like, the loss of...
the few benefits.
Like,
I just used to be able to talk to people and, like, have things in common with people if they watched anime at, like, a baseline. We were working from
a shared set of assumptions and knowledge.
Yeah, like, there were certain things that were available to us. There were certain things that, like, well, it used to be, if I like anime, I want to know as much as humanly possible about it.
Yeah. And now it's just, oh, cool. Oh, I watched season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Dude, freaking epic. I had such a cool time. My favorite character is Megumi. It's like, all right,
okay.
Well, I'm happy that you enjoyed it. Have you watched anything else? It's just like, no.
What?
Invincible. It's a cool cartoon.
Yeah, Invincible. Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Oh, I've had this conversation. Dude, Invincible low diffs Gojo Satoru. I'm like, yeah, I bet he does.
That's literally
I'm
true.
real. I low diff both of them.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm real. They're fake. I could beat any of them in a fight.
A thing you've told me, James, that has broken my brain.
Which I got from Cameron Cusselman.
Did you? It was from Cameron?
Yeah, it's something.
Fuck me! God damn it!
Years ago, that like, it's one of those like really simple phrases. The thing he says specifically is, "I could beat Superman in a fight because I'm real and he's not." And it's one of those like really simple phrases that shouldn't mean anything in any real way. But I heard it and I felt like the ground shift below my feet. Just like, oh
yeah, dude.
Like, oh no,
the Demiurge is a bum. I could beat him in a fight.
It's like, oh no,
fuck the Demiurge.
Oh no, I'm learning to like think better. Oh no.
I'm gonna get hit by a car later for saying that.
Oh, yeah, you did. You pissed off the Demiurge.
Oh no. Shouldn't do that. I'm sorry, Demiurge. What if you're real and I get reincarnated as a fucking slime? As an amoeba?
No.
Oh god. Okay, this has been a very good conversation. But I also do want to get
we do have to.
I'll say my big thoughts for the next episode.
Oh, please do.
I'll say
right, okay.
because I think it'll work.
Hopefully next time we'll have a lot of time. Yeah.
I might get a Chainsaw Man tattoo in between here and now. I've been sitting on it for a while, but those final volume Puchita doodles came out, and I'm like, I kind of want one of those on my arm. As a token of my love for this.
I mean, really,
yes, man.
We'll talk about it later. I think it's a good idea. You should do that. That's the show. You can reach out to us at bogfrogbookpod@gmail.com. You can find me at Blaident, BLAIDENT, on Blue Sky. You can find Seth at SethAmphetamine. You can support the show at patreon.com/bogfrogbookpod. Please do. We have a really massive bog standard coming out pretty soon, maybe before this episode's out, I'm not sure. That almost killed me and Red. Seth almost murdered us. So if you like those episodes of Bog Frog that felt like a death march, I highly recommend subbing to the Patreon, giving that thing a spin.
People do.
Yeah, and you'll get...
People really do.
And you'll get 3 other episodes that already exist.
Yeah, we're building up a little
We talk about things we love
and potentially, I don't know, there's some milk or blood related things
some video
coming.
project stuff.
Guys, I'm sorry. I was finishing up my undergrad, and then I started working a full-time job. I'm working on the video. It's really short, and it's underwhelming, and I'm really embarrassed about it. But I'm going to put it out, and I hope you at least say, wow, that's something.
Now I'm thankful that I don't have nobody signed up to the milk tier, because I'm free from this burden. So, yeah.
Sorry. I'll make some art, too. It's going to be, it'll be a whole thing.
We got big plans.
I want to do one of those fucked up, goddamn flapjack. Oh my god, flapjack opening images for the video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That reminds me. There's we should put the old YouTube thumbnails on the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Oh
those
shit.
are awesome. Yeah,
I can. That's some Bog Frog lore. I doubt anybody who isn't literally our friend in real life.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Those
probably
awesome.
don't really know about Ren used to make thumbnails for each of the episodes for like the first 7
I think it's
or 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah. For the first few months of the podcast, until I was like, I don't have the time.
And then we also automated.
You don't have the time, and
YouTube
we
uploads.
didn't want to do it, and
I'll have them all on my Procreate. I can send them to you.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be cool to just put all of that shit on there.
Those are real fun.
I love a few of those. They're really fun.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That first one I love, where I fucking perfectly edited in the the goddamn Colos next to goddamn
That's
Edward
the one that
Abbey.
sticks with me. Yeah, that's
so fucked up.
So funny.
I was so excited about having reread that book.
But yeah, that's the show. Everybody, I hope you all have a great time. Whatever. I never say that. I don't know.
Great life.
Have a good life.
We appreciate you all.
For part 2, we're reading the rest of Fire Punch, and then we'll announce our next unit, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, which James got to purchase for cheaper, but didn't tell us about, so we have to pay full price for everything. True.
I mean, you don't have to pay.
Oh, that sucks for you. I own that.
For any of these things, it's fine.
I don't.
No, it sucks for you. I own the volume.
Yeah.
I've been in a bar.
Oh no, we're not doing Nihei. No.
We'll see.
Maybe
if we're not doing Nihei, I'll say it now. I am in a bar ahead. I've been in a bar ahead since I was a
Let me tell you
teenager.
this.
Not blame.
We're going to talk a lot about Nihei next episode. Is my plan.
Yeah, we're going to talk so much about Nihei.
Dude, it's so important the next episode.
That's what I was going to talk about this episode. I was like, nah, let's save it. We're on alone time. Let's do big Nihei thoughts next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the show. Goodbye. Oh, Ren.
Perfect.
Ren.
Bye, guys.
Where can we find you?
You can find me making blood weapons for the Public Safety Commission.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
That raiseth me
I want to hear him scream in the theaters. It's my favorite thing.